Greetings, dear friends, I am Chisba, and welcome back to Ghost Trick Phantom Detective.
Yay!
Yes, that's Darren, as you can hear. If you're wondering why I sound so, dejected, as it were, I shouldn't even have to be recording this personally. Originally, chapters 3 to 18 were recorded on one night. And what I did was I just basically saved them as camrec files and just moved on to the next one straight away after a break, started recording the next one, until I'd reached the end.
But we didn't check at all to see if any of them worked.
Exactly, and unfortunately, chapter 15 just so happened to be screwed up. Now the system audio was fine, but the mic recording was screwed up. Only half of it recorded, and only the second half. And the second half was actually the first half, so not only was it badly desynced, but it was also missing half of it, and the second half was completely nothing. And I couldn't just record the commentary again because Darren's voice was melded into the system audio, so there was nothing I could do about it. So we are having to redo it again.
Hopefully it'll work this time.
Yeah, but the thing is, it took 58 minutes to record it last time. It's gonna probably be the same this time as well. Oh, sugar puffs.
Sugar puffs?
No. Right, chapter select. I went continue instead of chapter select. That's what it was, sorry. Okay, chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And you know why this is a long one? Because we have, yet again, 2 people to fucking save. Ugh. I know that was a little bit of spoilers, but perfectly honest, don't care at this point.
2 people to save isn't a huge spoiler. Where does this chapter begin? Just out of curiosity.
Shush, because I'm gonna be doing the thingy for it anyway.
Okay.
10 years ago, a man named Cecil took a little girl named Lynn hostage, and then was killed by a meteorite fragment. Tonight, a man named Cecil met a detective named Lynn at a junkyard on the edge of town, and then was killed by a bullet. But the scene I find waiting for me on the other end of the phone line feels like the final nail in the coffin of my lost memory. Inspector Cabanela lying dead, and quote-unquote Cecil standing there pointing a gun at him. I see myself. Obviously it isn't, but, you know.
It's a what the heck is going on moment.
Yeah, pretty much. There you are, Commander Sith, finally. Cecil, where have you been, my good man? We've been looking everywhere for you. Had a little unfinished business to take care of. Didn't think it would take this long. What about your people? They sure went out of their way to mess me up. I say, I believe we've fulfilled every one of your conditions in our little deal. What right do you have to complain about anything outside our bargain? We can talk about that when we get together. This will be our last communication by telephone. We'll arrive in 1 hour. I look forward to seeing you, Cecil. Dawn is approaching. The darkness surrounding my own mystery is deep, but I know it is always darkest before the dawn. And we get to see this bloody lavish room again. We finally learn this guy's name, Commander Sith.
Sith.
Yeah. We're nearing the final stages of our little deal, my good man. Yes, sir. All preparations are complete, sir. And we just had a report, sir. Lights have been spotted, sir. hate it every time he follows every sentence with sir. Have they now? By all means, let me have a look.
Yes, sir, right away, sir, if you want, sir.
Would you like me to shine your shoes while you're at it, sir? Yes, we're very close. We will now disconnect from the communication cable and have no service until we arrive, sir. Very well. And if you ever wondered where this place actually was, it is part of a bloody submarine. Look at this. It's one of the first rooms. It's one of the first rooms we come across. The second place, other than the junkyard. The junkyard's the first place we start off. And then we use the telephone for the first time to go to there. And turns out it was on a submarine. Nice try, Inspector Cabanella. But you could never stop me.
Is it a yellow submarine?
No, it's a grey one. See you, sucker. Yeah, that Cecil is not very nice. So, that submarine guy and his people have a deal going with me, do they? If that is the case, they probably aren't the ones who killed me, right? Anyway, there's definitely something behind the inspector's death. I think I'd better talk to him. Yes, we come in to see Cecil pointing a gun at him, or whoever that man in red is, and the inspector dead. I think odds are he was responsible for killing Inspector Cabanella.
Quite possibly.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was just closing Camtasia Studio just to try and make it run better, because the game was lagging a bit.
Is it still recording?
Yeah. Yeah, because it's Camtasia. It's the recorder that's actually doing it. They're actually separate programs. Camtasia Studio is what I use to edit it. Camtasia Recorder is what I use to record. Hey, do you think you could wake up for me? Oh boy, still unconscious, huh? I guess he hasn't been dead for very long then. I'll just go ahead and go back 4 minutes before his death. I'm a little nervous about what I might see here, though. But if that's where I'm going to find my answers, I can't run away from it. Now, this one is a little, tricky. You'll see why. Once the criminal gets the punishment he deserves, the hostage will go free. Carry out the execution immediately and wait for our call. As you remember, that was the call that the Justice Minister received before we got on the phone. That's a good boy. Gee, a hostage sure is a handy thing. It gives me complete control over the top police inspector in the country. Oh dear. What's the matter? All those broken bones smart a bit? What's it like to feel pain? Does it make you feel alive? Why are you doing this? Now, is that any kind of question for a top inspector to ask? Isn't it obvious? Revenge, of course. Revenge on all the people who stole my life away 10 years ago. That plays an important part, so just remember that 10 years ago thing. Don't be ridiculous. It was a meteorite that stole your life, or have you forgotten that? Wrong. I was murdered by all of you. Detective Gerald, who chased me down and forced me into a corner even though I was innocent. Lynn, that girl who was right there when I was running. Lynn, she was just an innocent little girl playing in the park. If that Brett hadn't been there, I never would have thought of taking a hostage. That's the most self-centered garbage I've ever heard. He's got a point. And finally, you, Inspector Cabanella. Me? If you hadn't have done what you did, I never would have pointed a gun at that kid. You were so proud of your spotless record, and my case was the one blot on it, wasn't it? Only two people know the real truth, me and Detective Gerald. I bet tonight's execution will be quite a relief to you, won't it? One of the people who know about the stain on your record will disappear for good. That is why you didn't help him escape from prison. That's the kind of guy you are. I've got nothing to say to you, you'd never listen anyway. So, he shoots him. But because the guy's already dead, he basically springs back.
It's a zombie!
No, we already know he's a flipping ghost. Yeet gods.
I still like the zombie theory.
Yeah, you would. Now then, Inspector, time to make a big red stain on your spotless white coat.
Ew, he's having a period?
Darren!
Alright, I'll stop with that now.
This was another condition of my deal, to wipe out everybody who knew about Temsic. And Inspector Cabanella is dead. Revenge? That's what I'm up to? None of this makes any sense. Hey, man. Mind telling me what's going on? Inspector Cabanella, he's awake. My head is spinning, baby. Am I to understand that Cabanella character who just got shot is me? That's right. And you're supposed to be the scoundrel there who just shot me? I guess so. But you couldn't be, could you? Huh? After all, the guy in the red suit just walked out the door, right? So, who are you? I guess I just have to face it. I'm not that Sissel guy. I'm somebody who's searching for himself. That's why I'm here to save you. At the very least, you have information about that guy in red. Information I need. So you came on a rescue mission now, did you? Nothing like the sound of that, baby. Because there's a very important life here somewhere. A life valuable to this nation. Okay, so do your thing, baby. I love Inspector Cabanella. He's just...
Do your thing, baby. I think it helps just to do the voice.
You okay? I don't have, a deep voice like you. So, are you a manipulator too? I have ghost tricks, powers of the dead, yeah, but I can't control living creatures. Anywho, I think you'd better be very careful. That guy in red is a manipulator. Naturally, he knows about powers like yours. If he realizes you're here, things might get a little sticky. You're right, I better be careful. Now, I'm actually just going to show you what will happen. It does mean I'll have to restart from the beginning, but... I think it's worth showing what actually happens if you try and use ghost tricks while he's watching. Anyway, look at him. There's that something emanating from his body. Is it really the sign of having special powers of the dead? Yes and no. You get to find out what this aura is a bit later. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this. Watch. Now watch this. What's going on? I've never seen the ghost world like this. So you're here, are you? You sensed my presence. Now he looks directly at you. I noticed you. You think you could stop me, do you? I don't know why you're wearing my face, but you might as well give up now. I control everything. Damn it! Everything, including the life of this Inspector in White. Wait, don't shoot. See, this is what happens if you use ghost powers.
In front of you.
Yeah, this other me knows the powers of the dead well. Who wouldn't notice what you did? You were practically shouting, "Look at me, baby." It looks like it might be hard to save you under these circumstances. I guess I can't use my powers right in front of him like that. Guess I'd better rewind the clock again and see if I can pick up any other clues. Just wanted to show that because I think it's quite interesting. I just wanted to show you that this one is not as straightforward as you might think. So, we'll ignore that. Right. So we'll just wait. Just wait until he smashes his fist. Like that. Okay, now we're able to come down to here. But look what happened here. This place is an absolute mess. Look at this place. Definitely doesn't look like what it did before. What in the world happened here? I think I'm starting to remember. Something bad happened here, and now there's another death lying hidden here. What? Another death? Didn't I tell you from the start? Didn't I say there's a very important life valuable to the nation here? I thought you were talking about you. I'm just a crazy character in a white coat, baby. At least he admits it. This is the thing about Inspector Cabanela. Hey, come to think of it, where is that old pigeon guy? Yes, as you can tell from the pigeon, we do have to rescue the pigeon guy. He is the second death we have to erase. Okay.
And that's why this takes so very long.
Yeah, tell me about it. Right, so we open this toolbox, and that gets us within striking distance of the body. There we go. Poof. Excuse me. Are you awake? And turns out, yes, he is awake. Of course, I never sleep during work hours. Professor, do you recognize me? There's only one crazy character in a white coat that I know of. He hasn't lost his memory? I'm not the type who likes losing things, but never mind that. Cabanela, this is quite a surprising guest you've brought with us, pretending like he didn't just blow up the place. Are you talking about me? Oh, this is a different guy, and I'm his guest, actually. Says he came to rescue us. Unlike you, my sharp friend, he still hasn't gotten his memory back. Pitiful. Ouch, that hurts. Anyway, now we'll be going back to 4 minutes before your death. In order to change your fate, that is. But aren't we already in the past, man? But we can go back even further. I've done it before. I still don't see a path to saving Inspector Cabanela, but if we go back further, maybe I'll find a lead. And this is true. This is the only way to save both of them is by going back even further.